I'm starting the video here, Tokyo Real Estate Man, from the top of the plateau near Shibuya Station. That's known as the Ohashi Dai, or it's also known as the Hikawa, depending on the name. The address is Ohashi, but right here you see it says this is Hikawa and this is Dai, and then Hikawa Dai Chokai, and then this is the sort of the top of the plateau. Here, and I'm going to make a video today about the use of the land on top of the plateaus, and this kind of repeats itself. There's lots of hills in the Shibuya area, so these kind of little mounds like this little plateau are very common. I've owned an apartment here on top of the plateau for almost 30 years now, and I still own it, and I stay in it when I come here to Tokyo. I was talking to this lady the other day who has what's known as sort of a kaigo. You see there it says like it's sort of a temporary or day sort of home for elderly people right there. Saitaka kaigo. And though recently, when I was talking to her, they're going to tear down this building and build a new one. So again, the demand for this land in this neighborhood is just in play. And for sale, she has all kinds of maybe Showa Jidai ancient treasures, basically her junk before the redevelopment. But there's some things I thought I'd like to get some more utensils here for the apartment, so I'm going to rummage through it. I got some coins in my pocket. Little tour of a Japan gone by. You see the Chabako right there. Anyhow, please enjoy the video. This is sort of a mid-range on the plateau, and you see the cross tower there. And all kinds of little winding roads here in Tokyo. There's a highest for all you car fans. You see right here too, there's a hill going down here as well. I'm going to take you up a really interesting set of stairs where you get to see this neighborhood, which is known as Ohashi. Just keeps getting better. Just improvement. One beautiful retail still up here. If you're looking to get away from Shibuya and the sort of mainstream hustle and bustle, this is a great one. But I suppose at the same time, I'd kind of like to keep it secret. I have an apartment here on top of the plateau. Anyway, this is a very pleasant store or shop, I guess. And maybe see me in the reflection there. But she does a wonderful job in her store. Sort of on the bottom of this. No, not this. The Ohashi Dai or the Hikawa Jinja Dai. And recently, this is a really, in Japanese you say oshare. This is a very oshare. It's called Best Bagel or H. Hal Cafe, I guess, named after the. I don't think it's named after the computer from the movie that went crazy killing people. But this is a place called. You can check it out, HAL Cafe. There's been a lot of people coming here lately, and it's a very beautiful cafe, and it's here on the bottom of the plateau. See here on the bottom of the plateau the strong concrete, but there was an age before concrete in Tokyo where they used a lot of sort of rocks. These look like they're rocks from a quarry almost that are cut. You can see that the plumbing is going into the, that must be drainage going down like that. Other thing you see is a lot of metal used in terms of the frame. This is beautiful metal work down here. And you see master parkers. I mean, I'm not going to want to invade anyone's privacy more than this, but look at this. This is tremendous parking. You might know, この駐車。日本語で本当にこの駐車うまい。隙間なし。And then yeah, there's no gaps. And then look at this on the front. And there's a hiatus right there, Toyota hiatus. Anyhow, that's Tokyo life right there. And you can see there's an older house built up here in the shadows. There'd be hardly any sunlight would get into here at all, I would imagine. I've joked about this in many videos, calling it the MK Ultra building. You can see right there, there's Tamagawa Dori. right there at 246 Naivok, and you see the Sumitomo building across the street. Eventually that sort of Sumitomo building will come here to this site. I've done videos here on the NK, what I call the NK Ultra building, and it's right here on Yamate Dori. So it's really, really sort of busy. You can see right here. Very busy. Actually, it's called, the name of the building, if you do want to check it out though, it's called NK Shibuya Hostess, and that's the name of the building. Lots of people think Japan is dying, but Tokyo is still growing, and population in this neighborhood is growing. And this is what this is a kindergarten, or what's known as a hoikren. And during the day, you'll find that the workers of the hoikren have to get those kids out of the space there because they're just going crazy. And these are the little carrier things they take for about, they're really young, they're 2 or 3 years old and stuff like that, and they would walk them around in these. This is a little meandering little thing, but you can see as we're coming down into the dye right here. And they've got a construction here, they're just working on the tile here. There's the Chudinjo for the next building. Here's the Chudinjo right there. See how they've covered the cars up while the construction is going on, because there's going to be dust in this job that they're doing. They're sort of regrouting. They're not regrouting everything, but repairing the grout. It's going to be an NV350 or no, it's a Hiace. Anyhow, this is really here at the bottom of the plateau, and there's a sort of very famous, not very famous, but just a well-known rehabilitation. What's known as the Tonki University, or Tonki Daigaku, or just a sort of trades college for rehabilitation right there as well. You can see a mother and father walking with their dog. This is a really opportune time to see who sort of lives in this neighborhood. But you can see the bottom of the plateau here is covered with these sort of, these are where the larger buildings go, right along Yamate Dori. You see above it here as well too. And then in behind it, this is how Tokyo zoning works. You see the single family housing or the detached houses. Anyhow, the subject of the video here is looking at the construction of the step or the plateau, and you can see it right here really well. You see a lot of nice cars. There's a Lexus there. It's all $1 million houses. Porsche. This is a bicycle. This is probably likely 2 bicycles. And you see a Mini Cooper right there. See the Japanese cars. Oh, I guess the Lexus. But this house here, really interestingly, this is called a Hanchika, which is like a half basement or a basement. And this is what the present design does really well compared to the older design that didn't really take advantage of that. And this one, in the same way, is built in the same way. You see the concrete foundation on the top, metal layer, and then, so basically the house in some ways is built on the stilts of concrete and steel, of course. Come up further up the, and that's the connection to that house there where the Mini Cooper was. You can see that's a very large house too. Maybe 3,000 square foot even. Beautiful balcony, probably built about 15 to 20 years ago. Really challenging to do this construction in a place like this. But yeah, they'll do it. Anyhow, come a little bit further up the dai or the plateau, you'll see there's an apartment building. And when you see the smaller apartments like this, you'd see in this one here, you know that they're smaller sort of units, probably Hachijo. Jo is a tatami. You can come up here. You can see the construction of this old wall here, probably done in even perhaps before the post-war sort of period. And then we can even walk down here. You can see there's an older house here. Newer sort of apartment building there. But again, here, in this one here, you saw the use of old sort of blocks and rocks, but here it makes way to concrete. Older house here built in the 1980s, and a newer build probably built within the last 10 years. Again, a very challenging place with parking right there. There's that one building that would be along the street right there, Yamate Dori. I guess I think that might be a house. We're walking here on the sort of midsection of the plateau, but all the space is used. And you see that this one's a beautiful looking concrete wall. Probably done in the 1980s or the 1990s. Sometimes when you see it, they actually have a certification on the wall from the construction company that built it, and they certify it with an age and stuff like that. I don't see it on this wall. That's a look at the mid-plateau. See how the stairs here come up from the bottom of the plateau, up there, to the house, right there, all built on a step. See the apartments on top of the plateau up there, and here at the bottom of the plateau, you see the old rock, very probably ancient, hundreds of years old perhaps. You see some cinder block. And you'd see a parking space above the house, steps going up. And this is a political poster, Kawamura or Saito. My Town Meeting 2025. Another thing you'd see in Tokyo are what's known as shoehorn buildings. I used to call that on the old channel. And here are two shoehorn buildings right here. And you can see this is the lot right here. This is probably actually we might just be in Meguro right now. So this property, you see how they use this space. Everything is built like from the 1980s. They started to use this space underneath the buildings in these sort of houses and stuff like this more intelligently. You can see the family has their bikes, so there could be some rental units there as well up there. Here, the next building is a building that was done in the last 5 years, right here. And this is a real estate agency here. I think they do very well. Well, if they're connected to real estate in this neighborhood, they must be doing well because it's so popular. And again, you see the cross tower. You see the Tamagawa Dori as people walk to Shibuya, and you see on the top there the Kokudo, which is the freeway. And of course, you see a lawsuit. The magnolias. All the flowers on the ground. A lot of people walk on this street and they also ride here on the sidewalks. So accidents can happen. Telling the bicycles to slow down as they come down the hill from Shibuya. Many people live in this neighborhood, and the demand to live in this neighborhood just keeps going up. And you'll see actually there's a Life supermarket. There's one called Miraberu supermarket just down this street. So many supermarkets I think 2 or 3 have come in here in the last few years, and that's because the population is going up. This is the Jewel, and I'm going to take you to the top here of the Ohashidai right now. See the ancient stone on both sides. And on top of that ancient stone is a very high building. I often think the stone is stronger than the concrete. I think it's granite. Come to the top, you'll see we're on top of the plateau. And here is an ancient jinja. This is Ikawa Jinja. You're ever looking to get away from Shibuya? There's the water. Wash your hands before you go in. And when you come, be quiet. The ancient jinja comes around here to the back as well. They have some gifts and stuff. You can get a momori if you like and have a drink of sake. If you have a chance to come here on New Year's Eve, it's very beautiful. They even have a washer, and you can see the sakura right now. They're in bloom. Very beautiful. Anyhow, look at just a little neighborhood here, just outside of Shibuya. You can see we're at the top of the stairs. We're on top of Ohashidai. Another real estate video here from the Tokyo Real Estate Man. Itsumo arigato. Sumimasen.